I have a sync on my calendar in 3 minutes. I'm getting laid off. I saw who it's with. Layoffs are going on right now.
So I lost my job today. And
okay, well, I just got laid off from my company and
So we're currently in an economy where the unemployment rate is only getting higher. Companies are having massive layoffs and nobody can find a job. In today's video, I want to show you guys why this specific job market is worse than what we saw during the 2019 pandemic and what is causing this horrible job market that we're seeing right now. I'm also going to show you guys some things that you can do during these rough times. As always, I value your time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get right into it. So let's answer the first question. Why is this happening and why is this worse than what we saw during the 2019/2020 pandemic? So I think we all know the answer to this question, and it's a simple 2-letter word called AI. So if you take a look at the screen, the first chart that I'm showing you is the unemployment rate over the past 5 years. So the next chart you're looking at right now is how often the word AI was searched over the past 5 years. And the last chart you're looking at right now is how often the phrase "I got laid off" was searched over the past 5 years. So do you guys see the commonality between these three charts? They're all linear and they all look basically the exact same. And this is by no coincidence, but I like to look at things objectively. So let's play out a scenario real quick. Imagine you're a business owner, right? What is your objective as a business owner? Obviously, you want to make as much money as possible to throw back into your business so you can help your business continue to grow. So the honest truth is, right, and people don't want to hear this, but you and your job aren't best friends. It's a mutual relationship, right? You provide some type of service and your job pays you for providing that service. So you got to ask yourself this question from a business owner perspective. Why would I pay somebody to provide a service if I can essentially pay an employee to do the work for free to provide the same service? And that's exactly what's happening right now with AI. And this is exactly why this is way worse than what we saw during the 2019/2020 pandemic. Because during that pandemic, during that time period when the job market was horrible, the Federal Reserve dropped interest rates to basically nothing. On top of this, it started printing a bunch of cash to help stimulate the economy. On top of this, we eventually found vaccines to help with COVID, right? So things eventually got better, right? The job market eventually got better. Businesses eventually started to come back, right? The economy started to grow again. Things got better and we got through that tough period, right? There was a future where things were going to get better, but that's not the case with AI. So here's a clip of what business owners had to say regarding to how AI is benefiting them.
What AI will do is to make tasks that we do in our job more efficient. Our job is not to wrangle a spreadsheet. Our job is not to type into a keyboard. Our job is generally more meaningful than that. I'm fairly confident that AI will drive productivity, revenue growth, and therefore more hiring. There's a belief that the world's GDP is somehow limited at $100 trillion. Well, what's likely to happen is AI is going to cause that $100 trillion to become $200 trillion, $300 trillion, $500 trillion. There's no fundamental limit to the size of a GDP. And the number of people in the world that is participating in this GDP, in the $100 trillion GDP, is actually quite small. And so what if we brought the rest of the world, the rest of society, the rest of the world's population, empower them with AI, give them the opportunity to participate in the GDP and cause this GDP to quintuple.
So I hope you guys see the picture that I'm trying to paint. What I mean by this is what we're currently experiencing right now is basically similar to the exact same thing that happened when the internet became a thing, right? So you got this technology that's changing the world, right? You have a lot of hype around it. And of course, the hype will slow down over time. But the point is that this technology is bringing in record-breaking revenues for companies, making companies more efficient, reducing human error, and overall, from a business perspective, right, making businesses better. So as a business owner, why would you not want to take advantage of this technology? So it almost feels as if your career can easily be replaced by AI, you're at a risk for a very, very long time because once again, the hype will slow down, but the technology is never going to leave. So this brings us to our next question. What the hell do you do in a situation like this? Honestly, right? Because I really feel bad and I feel for the people who have unexpectedly lost their job, right? People have families to feed and, bills to pay, right? But we're here now, we're in this situation, and the only thing that you can do is learn how to adapt. So on the screen, it's a study from Microsoft that shows you the top 40 jobs with the highest possibilities of being replaced by AI. So I know exactly what you're thinking right now, right? You work so hard to go to school, to build a career that you have, to learn the current skills that you have, just to have it all taken away from you. And it's not fair. Trust me, I completely agree. But we're in a situation now where we either have to adapt, right, and strive, or we either have to sit still and starve. We literally have no choice. So if you were a kid in high school about to go to college, this should 100% dictate your career path, right? Obviously, don't go to school now and get a degree that's easily replaceable by AI, right? So take time and understand that this is here to stay. Educate yourself on what things AI could replace, right? Obviously, we don't have all those answers right now, but use that as a guidance to dictate your future decisions in the future, right? I know this is all easier said than done. I completely understand that, but we're in a situation where we literally have no choice at all. So I hope this video helps somebody out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe again. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.